What's up, fam? It's your girl Green Tara Tot, and I'm back with another video. So first off, I want to say thank you to everybody who's been fucking with my vibes, liking my channel, commenting. If you're watching from TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, I appreciate you. I love you, and I'm happy you're here. So I just wanted to kind of chop it up with y'all. As you can probably see from my energy, from my frequency, from my voice, I'm in a good mood right now. Ask me why. Because honestly, y'all, I probably wouldn't be in a good mood right now if I didn't understand the importance of making sure that my frequency is fine. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funny because I find myself sometimes going through storms. And within those storms, I feel more alive than I do when I'm not going through a storm. And I know that probably sounds so crazy, so backwards, but I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm healing. And for me, healing and learning and gaining more wisdom through my experience, I'm learning the cheat code to life, to making sure that you're okay. And honestly, y'all, that is a cheat code to life, making sure that you're okay. Number one. So let's talk about life, okay? Just a little bit. Life is a roller coaster. A roller coaster. But the interesting thing about this roller coaster is you don't know where it's going to take you. However, I think sometimes we forget that we came here with a navigator. And that navigator is within you. Believe it or not, it's within you. With that being said, I want to talk a little bit about storms. And the reason why I want to talk about a storm, because I feel like a lot of us always, we classify a storm as the feeling of feeling like everything in our life is just happening at one time and we don't know if we're coming or going. But we know that it just seems like everything just keep happening. It's like once we get over one thing, the next thing happen. Then they get over this thing, the next thing happen. And once you think you made it past this area, the next thing happen. And for some of you guys, it's like, if it ain't work, it's your personal life. If it ain't your personal life, it's your relationship with your homegirls. Or if it ain't your relationship with your home, it's your relationship with your homeboys. It's relationship with your kids. Or it's always something. Or that family member. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know. But it seemed like when one thing is working out, or maybe everything is working out, one thing is not. And then when that one thing get better, something else within that area that was working out stop working out, right? That's because it was programmed like that, guys. We are like droplets, small little entities of the divine itself. We carry the essence of the divine. So when we are finding ourselves in those low vibrational feelings within the storm, understand that you are still everything. And everything is still within you. So I'm learning how to trick the matrix, how to reprogram my subconscious. So when things is not working out the way that I expected it to, I get even more happy or even more joyful, and I pray even more. Because at this moment, I know that if things is not working out the way I want it to, that means it's working out the way it was expected to. Do you hear me? I'm learning to trust the process. I'm learning to not get angry or mad about anything that happens to me. I'm learning to stay calm and poised at the same damn time. I'm learning to not let people play on my energy and not play on my own, most importantly. I'm learning that the only opinion that truly matters when it comes down to me is my own. I'm learning to laugh when the enemy, which is not really an enemy, is energy. When dark energy arise. Because I understand that I can balance that dark energy. Because I too carry that. I carry lightness and I carry darkness. I am everything, and everything is me. And so are you. So because I know who I am, whose I am, and what the fuck I am, can't nothing trick me. The illusions is not illusion on me anymore. I'm not going to allow my circumstances to allow me to keep going in and out of different frequency level when I know I should be always vibrating at my highest. I'm calling back my power. And I'm not doing it with my voice. I'm doing it with my actions. I'm doing it with my energy. I'm doing it with my frequency. I'm doing it with my flow. I'm doing it with my grace. I'm doing it with what I pay attention on. I'm doing it with where I put my attention and my focus at. Because what you pay attention to and what you focus on is what you're going to attract. So, for example, I wanted to be a model. And last year, I got picked through an agency, but the amount of money they wanted was, I'm gonna be real with y'all on here. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat nothing. They wanted $2,000. At the time, I'm like, ugh, I ain't even get my taxes yet. I'm a regular person working a 9 to 5. Hell, I'm very cheap too. And to be 100% real with you, hell, just what? Down there 5 years ago, I was on Section 8. So, when they said 2,000 at the time, I only have the funds that I work hard for, which is my 9 to 5. So that 9 to 5, let's be real. Don't know where you're watching from, but I'm here in America. 9 to 5 is only gonna get you enough to make it. And when I say make it, I mean pay the bills, make sure you got clothes, shoes, lights, all, the basic shit, the kids, the home. So at the time I said, you know what? I turned it down. And I could have did it because I remember when I got my tax money, the lady called me back again. And I thought it was interesting that I had to do this audition with all these people all around the world. I don't even know these people. We was on the camera, right? And I got selected. And even when I was got selected, I turned it down because of the price. She came back. After I got the money, had the money, I still turned it down. I turned down the very thing that I wanted due to paper. That's what it is. It's paper. Due to something that doesn't even fucking really matters. And I know a lot of y'all probably say money do matter. You just say you got to pay. Yeah, we do. But I'm not talking on no physical level right now. I'm talking about on the spiritual level. Because at the end of the day, ain't nothing in this physical world. Ain't nothing in this physical world can stop me from activating my spiritual realm, which is going to give me the instructions that I need, the guidance that I need to navigate through this physical world. So why would I walk by fear? Why would I operate the way that the system want me to think lack, to think that if I invested this money into myself that, it may be too much right now. When models make at the starting rate is $600 an hour. That's just a starting rate. And I didn't know that last year when I got selected. I didn't know that. So fast forward this year, y'all. I got selected again. I went to another audition. And I'm going to tell you something about this, y'all. I don't know what it's going to be, story time. I don't know what it is. But when I applied for that audition, y'all, I was on Facebook, right? Strolling, doing what the system wants us to do, what we programmed to do on these social media platforms. Scroll. That's why I've been taking a break on certain platforms. However, as I'm scrolling through, right, I noticed that the ad kept popping up for the audition. And one thing about me is when something keep coming, especially in threes, it's meant for me. And yes, that is my angel number. 333. I got it tatted on me. So yes, when I see something that third time, baby, oh, that's spirit. So when I seen it the third time, I said, okay, it keep popping up. I applied for it. When I applied for it, it did this light skin real quick, and I got like a 78%, right, on my face. And I guess it was like looking at my bone structures, all this other stuff. Long story short, I got picked, right? I went to the audition March the 7th, 2026 this year, right? It haven't even been a month yet. Clock it, okay? So within that month, right? Well, within this period, because we in it right now, right? I'm talking about the past, but we still in the present, and it's gonna come back again in the future, if you catch my drift. But anywho, y'all. So I got selected again. So this time around, y'all, same thing. You have to still put money. You have to like invest into yourself. Even though they select you, it's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, in the fashion industry. So they pay for a portion of it, but they still want you to put down a certain amount. I'm not going to tell y'all. No, okay, thank you, Spirit. Well, Spirit said tell them. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all. Because one thing about me, ain't no, what they call it, the gatekeeper. Like, I ain't with all that. I'm here to learn, to gain wisdom, to learn along my journey, to share my journey with other people who may be on their journey, probably trying to do something similar to me, or better yet, who could just take something from me and use that amongst their own journey, whatever you're doing. Because anything that you want, you can get. And any and everything that you want, it's the same. Everything has a process to it. And at the beginning of that process, you have to understand that you have to invest in yourself. Sometimes we'll ask for something and then God will give it to us, and then, but the thing is, when we receive what God has given us, we think that it's supposed to just always just be handed easily and everything just supposed to be free. But what if God told you that I want you to work a little bit more before I give you something? When you go to apply for a job, do you expect those people to just promote you? Or do you have to go in there and show them that you're worth being promoted? So imagine just giving something to someone. I'm thinking about like, and I want to know, okay, thank you, Spirit. Imagine giving a child everything that they actually wanted and dreamed of, and they didn't have to do anything. They didn't have to go to school. They didn't have to do anything. They just came out with a silver spoon in their mouth. And again, if that child doesn't gain a knowledge that's necessary for a life journey, and you just give that child everything it asked for and it wanted, can you imagine what kind of character that child is going to grow up to become? Can you just fucking imagine? It sounds like a monster. It sounds like you're creating a monster, don't it? Right? Because, I mean, you can't just give a person anything and not to incorporate some type of discipline, incorporate some type of structure, incorporate some type of understanding of what you have and how to keep it. So God, the way that Spirit operates is, Spirit wants to see, what are you willing to do to receive what you want? And I know, like, a lot of times people think, oh, whenever you, like, I hear, like, in the media and shit, people be saying, oh, the people do sacrifices and all this stuff, and they have to ask for something, and they have to give up something and all this stuff. And so what y'all think, that God gonna just give it away for free? I'm just saying, God ain't gonna make us sacrifice on no weird ass shit like cutting up chickens and whatever the hell else they be doing to killing family members, whatever the fuck they be doing. However, God do want you to put in a little work. Just a little bit. Even before jobs was created by this system that we're living in, the matrix that we're living in, even our ancestors worked. Why do we think now that everything is supposed to be handed to us? Why do we not want to invest the money that we make on our 9 to 5 into something that we know that we want, in a career that we want? So you're going to work this career your whole life and only invest in the system? Because if you just working and you just paying bills and you ain't making no goals and no dreams, no vision boards, not manifesting, are you working for you or them? So when you give yourself time to start focusing on the things that you want to attract in your life, God will hear that frequency. God will tap into that energy. God don't always operate off words all the time. You can't just keep crying wolf and think that God gonna just, oh, let me go save her because she been crying wolf for about 5 years now. But first thing God gonna do is, what have she done for herself to get herself out of this situation? I think sometimes we place too much power in God and forget that God placed that power in us. So how annoying that could be for your child to keep coming back for a pacifier when you know that at this stage they should be walking and talking and showing the world what I created. But instead of showing the world, we still looking for the pacifier, looking for the answers, when you are the damn answer. What are you doing with your time? When I went to my audition, they gave me the basics that I needed, right? But I still had to put in some work. I created my own page this weekend. I had my first business, Glorious Home Care. I decided to end that one, and I'm in the process of rebranding my new business, Divine Scrubs, that I will be sharing with you guys soon. And within both of those, well, the first one I had paid somebody to do my page for me. I paid somebody twice actually. When I had redid it, I had somebody else do it. But anyway, so the second one, Divine Scrubs, I haven't got my page made yet. But it's funny because I was planning on paying someone, but y'all, I spent so much time trying to do my resume. I went on Canvas and I made a mistake, and I picked a template that was not for a resume. It was for a website page, literally, and it was 8 pages. And as I'm doing it, I'm so excited. I'm like, oh my God, look how nice it look, you know. Cause and again, this is my first time. Just imagine that child. You know, when your kids come home from school and they want to show you their paintings, and they're excited. That's how I was. I'm like, look at this. I got all my pictures. I did all my research. I had to listen to the modeling guys because everything is really like, it's more like a virtual thing. Like everything is like online. So they're giving me the information I need, and they gave me the main tools that I needed to get started. However, it's still a lot of work I got to do too. Even with putting myself out there, that's kind of pretty much what I have to do. That's something that I mean, as far as me being on TikTok and YouTube, like I put myself out there like that, but with my businesses and stuff, like I'm learning how to put myself out there on a whole different level. And yes, I done had times like literally where I as a matter of fact, not the one that I posted for you guys yesterday, but the one that I posted the day before yesterday when I was crying in the video. And I was talking about how you're so close. And that day, like 2 days ago, I was so frustrated, y'all, because when I finished, I was like, oh, it looks so nice. I get ready to upload the resume because I'm like, oh, well, I'm still going to use this template that I created with as a web page for my resume. I get ready to upload the PDF, y'all. They said it got to be at least 10 megabytes, I think it was. Yeah, 10 MG. I think that's megabyte shy. Don't get me started, but don't quote me on that. But so, and obviously the 8 pages was way more than 10. So when I tell you I had to do that whole thing over, and when I tell you I've been working on this resume, my cover letter, and my portfolio, because again, they give you the main stuff, but you still have to add to it. And that's just with anything. You can, if you imagine someone giving you a canvas and they give you that same canvas, but now it has art on it. It's like they gave me my art, but I have to still find a way to incorporate my art, incorporate the right word that's going to pull the right people's attention. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you guys really is because I want you guys to see that again. Oh yeah, another thing I got to mention too. Spirit said, make sure you mention that too, because I know you didn't want to say it because you don't be wanting people out in your game room. But Spirit want me to let y'all know that the first offer was $2,000. The second offer was $4,000. The price went up. The price went up. And who made the price go up? God. And I know some people are thinking like, well, why would God make it harder for you? Why would he make it? It's not that God is making it harder for me. God is the type of God that's going to give you something, right? And if you don't take it, he's going to bring it back around the next time, but you're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to pay for you not being aware the first time around. And honestly, the way that I'm paying for it with this physical paper, I'm really not paying for it. I'm paying for it with the feeling, knowing that I could have paid half the price the first time. But instead of me worrying about my goals, I was worrying about my money. I was worrying about something that's not important. And I know a lot of you guys probably it's going to be hard for you to wrap your head around how can she say money is not important. But when you leave here, you can't take the money with you. But when you leave here, you will be able to look over your life. You will have that chance to sit back and reflect and say, damn, I did everything I wanted to do. I lived my life. Or you could be that person that's standing back saying, dang, all those opportunities I had, I played with myself. I didn't even live. Don't be that person. Don't be that person who's gonna not take an opportunity based off your circumstances in the present. Because again, you don't know what's to come along your journey. Sometimes things come for a reason, but we be too focused on what we got in the physical realm in that present. But God is trying to send us a present within that present realm to prepare us for the future, to prepare us for our goals, to prepare us for and to align us with what we want, what we prayed for, what we desire. And it's crazy how we find ourselves praying for something and don't even realize consciously when we're blocking the very thing that we're praying for. A lot of times God allow things to slow down in your life, allow the certain distractions to leave your life. And we in the middle of what we feel like is a storm and a crisis, and we thinking, what are we going to do now? And God is literally taking those things out of your life to put you in position to do what it is that you need to do to get you to that next step. But instead of you seeing it like that, we see it as oh, I gotta figure something out. We go to overthinking. We go to overanalyzing. And I'm hearing Spirit saying we try to go into the control room. And Spirit is saying that is my room. When you try to control things, when God is trying to separate you from things, that's when chaos arrives. And when chaos arrives, that's when you are not vibrating at your highest frequency. And when you vibrate within your highest frequency, that's when you naturally attract anything that's meant for you. And hell, you probably attract some things that's not because of your vibration. And when you vibrate in such a high vibration, everything is attracted to you. You are a light, just like the nets outside, the bugs, even they want to come around you. But you're going to have enough discernment, though, to know who to allow around you and who not to allow around you. So, I just want to remind you guys, again, that we are true manifestors. We are souls, soul beings having an experience. So stop allowing the system to control the way that you experience life, the way that you perceive things, especially when it's not working in your favor. Because again, I can't stress this enough. God's favor is higher than our own. And I hate, and I use God a lot because I know a lot of people associate God, the divine, the higher power, whatever you want to call it. They associate the spirit as God. But understand that, again, I can't stress this enough. Spirit makes gods and goddesses. You are a god, so act like it. You are a goddess, so act like it. So that's all I have for you guys. I ain't gonna rumble off no more. It's almost 30 minutes in. Wasn't expecting this video to be that long, but I love y'all. 2 pieces. Remember to not let anybody steal your joy from you. That is your birthright. We should always be operating out of our highest frequency, especially when things is not going in our favor. I can't stress that enough. Do not. That's what the system is programmed to do, is for us to always feel like we are in the hunt, in the search, looking for the next thing, looking for the next high, looking for the next whatever it may be. When sometimes Spirit just wants you to just stop. Write your goals down. Write your dreams down. Know where you're going. What is your north node? What is your south node? Where are you coming from? Where are you going? Why are you going? How are you going to get there? Make a plan for yourself. And understand, when you make a plan, again, you're still going to go through things. It's going to feel like a storm. But those storms are really stepping tools along the journey to help build that strong foundation for you, so that when you get to a certain level, it don't matter how high you get, that foundation was already set. And that foundation is your life experiences, the things that you go through, the things that you've been through, the things that was meant to break you, to bury you, but you still stayed alive, but you still made it out. Just like I said in that last video, you still was that flower that came out the concrete. You wasn't even supposed to be formed. When you bury a seed, it's dark, but when it sprouts out, it's light. Understand that. Be okay with the process. Be happy along the process. Even in the dark, smile. Be bright in the darkness. I love y'all. I'm going to go ahead and chop it up right here. And until next time. Toodles. And if you haven't already subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? If you haven't started following me yet on TikTok, what are you waiting for? And drop a comment. I like to communicate with y'all. So I love y'all. Until next time.